What did you say there, Ger, when you threw the...
Now in the name of God.
Now in the name of God?
Now in the name of God, yeah.
That's what you say when you're throwing out the nets?
Yeah.
And what do you say when you pull them in?
Thank God. Fuck it, no. Just off the South Beach in Cahore there, yeah, the South Strand. We'll be coming down to the German's car road and going around the point of Cahore. We'll probably be in about 2-3 fathoms of water here, but when we get to the point we'll be in 5-6 fathoms. So we'll go around it pretty quick because we're in the spring tides. All flood this evening.
Before you threw in the nets there, when you were throwing in the nets for the first time, what did you say?
Here we go in the name of God.
Here we go in the name of God.
Yeah.
All the local people said that, did they?
Yeah, we normally always said it. I remember when I was a chap herring fishing, we always said it. Kind of just comes natural and we throw them in the first time.
And herring fishing, that's a tradition here around here, isn't it?
They've been herring fishing here since, I don't know, 1700s I suppose. Been herring fishing a long time, yeah. It was a staple diet one time. But now it's only for a bit of fun now, and you might get a few for the pan. But that time they got a lot of herrings alright, yeah.
And when did the nets become popular? When did net...
Net fishing is a long time out. They fish with cotton nets. You can't fish herring with anything else other than nets because they don't take bait. So they always use the nets to fish them. But the nets at that time were made out of cotton. But nowadays we have monofilament and we have toluene and we have different materials. But the old times it was always cotton. It was said that the fishermen on the east coast of Ireland went to teach the fishermen on the west how to catch herring during the famine, so they wouldn't starve.
Who would have brought them? Was it Lord Courtown or?
I'm not 100% sure on me who they brought them across, but they definitely went from this coast across to the west anyway to show them the art of mending nets and making nets. But nowadays all nets are made with machine, but that time they were handmade.
Are you talking in the middle of the famine, in the middle of the 1800s?
Famine and before it, yeah. They were all, the nets were all handmade. Yeah.
I suppose there's loads of tragedies too with herring men along this coast as well, isn't there?
There was surely, yeah. There was surely. We still respect Martin's Eve. We don't fish Martin's Eve on Martin's Day.
Even down here in Cahore?
Yeah, it's still well respected, yeah.
And that was when was that? That was last Saturday?
It was the 11th. Yeah, the 11th of November, yeah. Martin's Eve. Well, Martin's Day was 11th, yeah.
And no one will go out even around here?
No, they still kind of keep the tradition of not going on that day.
What else did they catch here before? You were saying there was hake lines here years ago?
Yeah, they used to fish hake off of the beach here with long lines many years back. But hake don't come up these shores anymore. You get them down the south of the county, all right, but they don't come up this way anymore.
And you were saying as well there was a difference between the herons from the south of the county than they are from up here on the east coast?
The south county herons would be Celtic sea herring, and these would be North sea herring. The North sea herring basically only go as far as maybe Blackwater, and maybe a little further sometimes, but they generally don't go any further down. The Celtic sea herring come up then Waterford, South Wexford.
And what's the kind of difference in them? Would you see a physical difference?
Celtic sea herring would be bigger, oilier fish, but the North sea herring are very small, firm herring. And they're usually very good for eating rather than them boys down south.
And as the saying goes, the Cahore herons are better than the Morris Castle herons, would it?
Oh, they would be, but they're all the one, I'm afraid. But you can't let the side down.
And locally around here, who were the kind of families who would have went out, say, from Courtown? If you were to draw a line, even from up near Castletown, would you have known that far up? Who would have went out up around there?
Well, Courtown, Pat Migan, actually Ballygarrett man, he fished a big boat in Courtown. and the Goff, Cecil Goff and John and them would have fished in Courtown. But further up than that, I'm not really sure.
And down around here, where would it?
Well, the Cavan is going back as far as Arthur's grandfather, the Joss. I actually remember the Joss. He was a great old fisherman. And the Crows and the Lacys and all them people, they were all fond of fishing. It was their livelihood in the winter time. The Joss, someone had asked the Joss about going fishing, and he said you didn't look at the sea, you looked in the cupboard, and if there was nothing in it, you went fishing, and that was it.
So that was the sign.
That was his theory on it anyway. There was nothing in the cupboard, you went fishing.
That was Joss Kavanagh here of Cahore.
Joss of Cahore.
Yeah. Sure, dog barking.
Sorry about that. Modern day technology.
I know, yeah.
Calls.
It's good to know we can get signal out here.
Yeah. Mick Mary, our neighbour up the way. Hello, Mick. Good. Oh, very good. Very good. They're not swimming yet. That'll do. There's a big tide. We're going down to the pine now quite quickly. We didn't look. We didn't look at all, Mick. We have a guest with us this evening, and we were waiting for him to come out along, and so we're just not long shot there now. Good. We're in the middle of you here, but just below you. All right, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Mick had a look at the proof for you too, doesn't he? So I said there might be a few herring tonight.
2 dozen already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have a look. We normally what's called looking at the proof, Mick. When we look at the first couple of yards of the net, if there's a few fish shown, we know generally then if there's going to be a few. And it's usually called looking at the proof. And this here is known as our swung rope. Swung is the rope that goes between the bow and the net.
And did you have a name for the back of the net and the front of the net? The man in Rosslare was telling me he had a name for it, which I can't remember.
We just call it the inside and outside, really.
Yeah.
But usually when the tide to be strong, there'll be no inside and outside because the net come along shore with you, you know.
I see you got a buoy coming up there. You were saying to me a while ago.
Yes.
That the buoys were made out of like an animal bladder.
That's right. I don't remember it now, but Paddy Sinner was telling me many years ago he used to pump up dogs and use them as floats before cork was invented or sought.
And he saw one, or you saw one down in Cahore?
Paddy had one hanging up in the shed, an old replica of one that was used years and years ago.
Is there any proof in that net now?
We've no herrings in the proof yet anyhow.
Did you ever hear them as well? They were saying that when they were gutting the herons, you'd just break off the head with your thumb.
Pinch them, yeah.
Pinch them, yeah.
Pinch them, yeah, pinch them. I'll show you a bit later, hopefully if we get a few, how we used to do it. And when you pull them, the tail will usually flip and you get the gut.
That was the old way of taking the head off them and making sure that there was nothing left in the gut.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear them saying they wouldn't fry them back to belly to back?
That's right. They always put them. They always put them on the pan, facing each other. Yeah.
Like spoon or like belly to back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Belly to back. Yeah. And them boys, with them boys flashing out there. That's Roos, one of them.
That's the North Blackwater Bank. And the near one, the red one, is the Roos Channel. It's the marking for the Roos Channel, and the outside flashing by is the North Blackwater. The red one is number 6. The one just below us here is actually number 4. Number 5 was taken out a few years ago and wasn't replaced for some reason.
And that's the start of the Blackwater Bank then? That's
the start of the Blackwater. If you come inside that channel between them two buys, you can't leave the channel until you get to South Wexford down to Lucifer Shoals, because the bank is too shallow to cross with any sort of big shipping.
That's the only passageway between them two flashing lights.
That's the channel, yeah. But big shipping normally stay outside the flashing by.
Yeah.
You because they can head on then to South England or wherever they're heading without no interference. Like, but once you stay inside that, you have to go all the way down the coasters and that had to stay inside.
Yeah.
But they'd be going maybe to Waterford or Cork or somewhere. They'd stay inside the channel there.
All the way back down to Lucifer's.
They'd go down to Lucifer Shoals, yeah, and go out there then. Yeah. It'd be a couple of miles north of the Tuska. Yeah. You head out that way. And
tell me just the names of the. We're looking at over here. They're the windmills over in Ballinowlet, or North Fodak, are there?
Ballywater.
Ballywater, yeah.
Ballinowlet, Ballywater, yeah.
What is there any names, local place names on the gap around here, or the
well, normally this would be known as the Germans because there used to be Germans lived there in 2 old houses. One of them fell in over the bank years back, and they took down the other one, built that house there, and then the car road here would be known as the South Beach or the Germans car road. And it was usually a good place for shoot for herrings along here, and the weather would be fine.
And you were saying, Ger, when they're swimming high, is that a good chance of catching them?
Yeah, usually with the drift net, the herring would want to be swimming. But the older people always said if you get the herrings height near the corks, they're leaving. They're getting out of the. You see, we have the corks start to go down here right beside the boiler. You see, our line is starting
to dip.
Yeah, when the herring hit, there's still so much swim left in them, they're able to pull the corks down. And if there's lots of herons, the cork won't re-emerge until you haul, but sometimes they just bob like. But there's a few after just hitting it there now. And just have a look there, right at the end of the swan row. Here, right at the swan, they were enough to make the neck quiver. You can feel it, feel them hitting, yeah. 2 white stakes.
What's there any other local names on them here?
We call them 2 white stakes from time to time, and
heron is the kind of the local pronunciation.
Yeah, the herring, yeah, herring or hern.
Heron, really, isn't
hern,
it?
Yeah.
Hern, yeah.
Hern is a bit of a. When the filament goes sour on them, they don't usually, when they hit it, they don't usually get over. And that's why the old people use cotton nets, because if you were a herring like that, you just flip them like that in the cotton net and he'd pop over. But the mono holds on to them.
And the objective of this drift net is that when you drop it, the tide will bring you around Cahore Point here.
Yeah, on a flood tide. But if you were fishing here in Cahore on an ebb tide, you'd have to go to Glascarrig, because you'd motor to Glascarrig and the tide would carry you home. And with a flood tide, you motor up to the borough or the South Strand, and the flood would carry you back past Cahore Point back to the pier.
So the flood tide you're heading down south, with the ebb tide you're heading up north.
Yeah, when you're going to shoot, yeah. But the drift wise is the opposite way around. The flood goes north and the ebb goes south. But the older people had to row. So what they did was they left about 3 o'clock in the day and they'd row in the direction the tide would take them back in. So when they're fishing, they'll fish all the way home and they only have a short bit to row in with that catch.
And would they land on the strand here, or would it go back to the...
They go back to the pier, but in Morris Castle they always went to the beach. They always...
Byrne was the same, was it?
Beach or in Byrne. Now we have our cell dog friend.
See him there, yeah?
You'll see him helping himself there.
And did they go out from Ballinowlet at all?
My father used to fish from Ballinowlet, but he was on his own that time. We were only very small, and he fished with Murphy's and Morris Castle, John and Aidan and Auntie and Peter. But he had his own boat. But a very odd time he fished from Ballinowlet.
And the seller's eating your profit over there, is he?
He's helping himself there, yeah. But usually if the herons are plentiful, it wouldn't matter, you know. There's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody. We don't like to see them sometimes because they tear the nets too, but They're opportunists, like. They get a few herons, they'll be along.
And the name for a seal around here is a
Cell dog.
cell
We
dog.
call them cell dogs. We don't interfere with them at all. And many years ago, fishermen were angry with them, but you just have to live with them, really.
Which are Deroni Rock is named after them, so they were here a long time.
They're here a long time. They're here longer than us. There's no doubt about that.
What do you do now, lads?
We just do up a few normally for the pan. We usually do them outside. Andy is using the knife method, but I'm just going to show you the traditional method of doing them. You usually turn them on their back and you pinch them just forward of them gills and you bend them back. And when you pull, you'll see the tail gently quivering. You have the gun in your hand and the head. That's usually, yeah. The traditional way of doing it. That's a female heron, you can see the pea in it. Come in these waters here, spawn because it's good and sandy up here.
The females do?
Yeah. And then the male will be following then to do their job.
And you were saying you call the seal the sail dog?
The cell dog.
Cell dog?
Yeah, the cell dog. Yeah, we had a couple, we had 6 or 7 in the harbour just on before we came out there. A couple of them followed us up in the way to the boat, but they didn't come near us. Usually when they do that, they're full, you know, they don't bother you. But if they're hungry, they'll be on land then.
And what did you call them again?
The cell dog.
The cell dog?
Yeah, seal dog, yeah.
Or cell dog?
Seal dog, cell dog. There's the result of Mr. Seal now. That's all he leaves us.
The head.
We have a head, yeah.
Sure, I suppose years ago, people would have been just fishing to have enough for themselves.
Oh, absolutely, they were.
And there was enough there food there to feed you for a couple of days, and that.
They were staple diet, and people came from way inland, horse and carts to come and buy them at the pier.
Head on it, seal got it again, did he?
Mr. Cell Dog, yeah. Mr. Cell Dog never sleeps when we're fishing.
We're getting back in now, Andy, right?
Yeah.
You were saying, was it years ago, you'd always be back in, was it?
I was back in around 6 o'clock for the Angelus Belly. They were ringing there just a few minutes ago.
That's what the old people did?
Yeah. Well, that was finished fishing at that time.
6 o'clock.
So that's where he is, look.
Fishermen on land and sleep. You're back in 2 minutes, you know. Stays there a lot of time.
And what would you call him there?
The old Granny Carisk.
Carisk.
Yeah, we call him Carisk. But I think a herring is probably the proper name, or herring.
And he'd come here back when you're bringing in the boat, would he?
He'll be back there in a few minutes. Keeps watch there all the time.
And we're coming back into Cahore Pier now, and the Angela Bell smell just rang. Was that the kind of normal time?
Normally being around 6, yeah. Sometimes if there was a sign of herrings or that, you'd shoot again, but usually we don't bother when they're not a good show, you know.
You was getting a future?
No,
They're the same as me. There was nothing on that wrist.
we got only a dozen, that's all.
Nothing on that, but I had about half a box. And then I came into the point and just sat there and they were fucking going mad in it.
Oh, bit of hot.
And not a fish in the shore net.
Yeah. Aye, and a quail. We only got one in the corner head or two. Two's quite the way to go.
Jerry, you were saying that's a different type of a heron.
Yeah, that could be the Celtic sea heron, not renegade comes up this way.
How do you know he's different?
He's a bit bigger and he'd be softer. He's softer than the Cahore heron. He's softer than the Norse.
He's slippier than the Cahore heron.
Ah, no, he'd be edible though.
Hey Tom, would you come down here for herons every evening or?
No, I really don't.
How do you hear?
Tom Cow.
Good man.
How are you?
Did you a great big bucket?
Yeah, I can do
can?
before
Put down that bucket, Sean. Here,
I fucking freeze up.
Throw
Much
them
are
up here,
they?
Michael, in there with
How much are they?
Give me €10. Throw up that box in there with you. Don't you keep going.
Get money.
That's your first feed, Tom.
How did you know the boys were out, Tom?
We took a gamble on it.
Did
Yeah. We didn't know.
you didn't know?
We want to come down last night, yeah.
No, Tom. We can nearly give you one for the cat.
Good lad.
Thanks.
Thanks.
See you, Tom. All the best. Hey, Ger. I noticed you did something there.
I dressed myself when I come in, yeah. I usually do. Give the boss thanks we got home.